Hi, in this video today I'm going to share with you 6 tips that you can use to organize your day working from home without feeling overwhelmed or think that you cannot be productive while working from home. I've been working online for over 15 years and especially full-time from home for the last 3 years. So the first tips I've got for you is um, you want to get dressed. No matter what, no excuses you can take. You need to get dressed or at least have a shower exactly the same way that you would do. Did you ever feel like, some days that you are at home, you are not working and you didn't wash your hair or you don't wear any makeup and importantly somebody asks you to go out and you say no because you are not feeling ready to go out. So why you wouldn't do that if you are working from home? You, Working from home doesn't mean that you stay in bed sleeping until 12 lunchtime or that. No, you still organizing your day exactly the same way you would do if you were going in the office, but you won't have the inconvenience. This is the best part. So make sure that you take a shower and you put clothes on. The reason why is that you probably heard that before. When you are on sales call with somebody, you must keep a smile on your face because in your voice, people are going to hear your enthusiasm and that you are happy. It's exactly the same things when you are dressed up, you are fresh, your brain is ready to go. So this is very important to just not get up and go in your computer straight away or do something else. Just think, be ready. You need to focus. You need to prepare your brain to be ready to work exactly the same way that if you were going in the office. The second tips I've got for you is try to have a dedicated place. Not just in a kitchen counter or on the sofa in the front of the TV. This is not a place. You probably don't have the opportunity to have a specific room for your office, but at least make sure that you have a desk or a place which is totally dedicated to your work, a place that when other people see you there, they know that you are working and you are not just there for the sake of being there. This is very important because this is going to set your mind and you're focused there. When you put your brain saying, okay, when I'm going there, it's because I'm going to work. It's exactly the same that when you go to bed, you send a message to your brain saying, I'm going to bed. It's time to shut down, close your eyes, relax, and sleep. So if you have your dedicated working place at home, your specific desk, and you go there all the time, your brain will know exactly that it's time to focus, it's time to be productive. And it's also an easier way for you to create boundaries with your kids and your family. If you say to your kids, look, mommy or daddy, today at this place, it's like if you were in the office. I'm not there for playing. I'm not there to talk. I'm here for work. So I really need to be in a quiet place. So if you do that, that will be far much easier to explain that to the people who are working around you. The third thing, very important, working from home, is to have a plan. It's very easy at the beginning to say, oh, well, I've got time. My boss is not there. I can do that whenever I want, which is not true. The reality is exactly the same as when you work with somebody, when you go in the office, you need to have expectation of what you can deliver and when you can deliver it. So organizing your day, your week, and your month, it's very important. So the first thing you want to do is choose if it's work best for you to plan daily, which means that every evening you're going to plan what you're going to do tomorrow, or if you prefer weekly. So in that case, you're going to block an hour or two during the weekend to plan your week ahead. or the same in monthly. But on this list, the big difference between planning at work only and your life is that you need to know exactly everything you do have to do. And in your list, you're going to talk about cleaning the house, make the laundry, time for a drink, or it's the time for I need to spend with my kids to read them a story before going to bed. Or this is the time I want to call my mom. You need to list everything. And on your list, you need to separate the tasks that you must do. It's got no solution, but do them. And those that can be more flexible during your time and your day. And also understand when your brain is working at its best. For example, I'm a morning person. When I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, my brain is conditioned to easily focus on tasks, and I can have a very high concentration. So I usually between 5:30 and 8 in the morning is when I do my most important work, is where I'm the most productive. After that, between 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, my focus is very light. In that particular time, I'm just going to plan activities that doesn't need my full brain, like having a client call or joining a mastermind call, having call with my friends, cleaning the house. All those tasks do not ask my brain to be focused at 100%. So this is when I'm going to organize those tasks. And then my brain come back at 100% after 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. So again, this is when I'm going to block 1 or 2 hours to do something very important. It can be creating new content, or I need to write content. This is when I'm going to do it. So how does it look like? You can do on my screen. I just got a Google Calendar, which is from your Gmail account. And as you can see, everything is really planned, and I use color. So it's easy to see what I need to do. So 5 to 5:45 is waking up and showered. And between 6 and 6:35, it's meditation for 30 minutes. It can be yoga, it can be anything else. You can just have a 30 minutes for gyms if it's what you want to do. And then I work on my client project between 7 and 10, because I know at that time is where I need to have a lot of attention to details. I need to have a brain that function extremely high, and this is my 100% zone of genius. Then between 10 and 5, this is time where I can still working, but I will be more open to client call, friends call, or activities that doesn't need high attention to details, like replying to emails. You still have your lunch break and other things. And in the evening, I shut down every activity by 8 o'clock. I've got an hour locked for myself only. This is an hour where I do anything I want. That's something I like to do. But this is an example of calendar, what you can do. This is the possibility. And you can always put on the top specific meeting that you have. Those timers are written down in my calendar, but they still show me as available, and especially between 10 and 5. So I can add as many appointments as I want in other color. I hope it makes sense for you. Next tips I've got for you. The fourth one is take 5. It's difficult. It's possible to work 3 or 4 hours with no break, but it's not good for your brain, because you need to be able to do something else. But the reason why you need to have that in your life, it's exactly the same when you work in an office, that you have a 10-minute break to go to get a coffee, to get some water. So what you can do when you work from home is that you go 10 minutes for a walk, and if your dog needs to go out. Right now, if you can't go in public places, you can always walk in your garden. If you don't have a garden, walk around your apartment inside your house. You can also do some jumping jack. You can do some squats. All of that, they are activities that make you move without needing anything. You can also take 10 minutes to do some laundry, some cleaning house, play with your kids, listen for podcasts that you wanted to listen for a very long time, read an article in a magazine, play games, whatever it's good for you, just 10-15 minutes to your brain to just relax. The next tips I've got for you is move. Spending all day long, sit down behind the computer, and this is applicable for even when you work in an office. It's very important to give your body exercising and oxygen. So keep moving. You can just stretch yourself. It's very easy. Look, you can put your hand and stretch your arm. It's the same with your leg. Just 10 minutes, 15 minutes every day. If you don't go to the gym, if you don't practice some fitness at home, stretch. This is very important, and they're going to help your body to keep some oxygen in and keep motivating and focus when the time come back to work. So you can take lap around the kitchen. You can have a massage ball as well. If you check on YouTube, you will find a lot of free content videos that are between 10 minutes to 2 hours of content, and you can use them. It's very easy in the front of your laptop, or if you connect your laptop to your TV, you can watch it on your TV. And the last tips I've got for you is shut the door. I explained that having a dedicated place, it's important. And I'm sure you know that. Don't you have any kids, teenager, that they put that in their door? They say to you, do not come in. So why you are not doing the same? When you're working from home, when you have your dedicated place to work, just make sure everybody knows this is not a place they can just come in and do whatever they want whenever they want. That will help you to eliminate the distraction. So that give you a sort of privacy, and that will separate you from other things, especially when you are at home. You don't have a door, that's okay. You can just use like a curtain to separate your space from the house. It's got a lot of separator, like clothes hanger. You can use that. That's great, as long as you can be on your own. Inside your computer, make sure that you close all your tabs that are not necessary for your work, and especially notification. I personally put always my phone in silence, and all my notifications are off all the time. I just check with them when I want, not when the notification decide to come in. And if you set as a goal, if you really love being on social media and checking your Facebook or your Instagram, you can plan in your calendar, the one I showed you before. If you plan like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times per day, 10 minutes social media, this is an activity that it's planned, and that will help your brain to focus on something. Okay, I'm finishing that report because I know that I want to go check my Facebook just after. That can be a motivation for you to be more productive. You don't have to feel lonely having this type of life. You can always meet people whenever you want. You can organize meeting online. It's very easy. Most of people use Zoom those days, but you can also use Messenger on Facebook, which is totally free. Messenger allows video call, and you can also use app like WhatsApp. If you are working with the team remotely, you can always create the group lunch that every day, I don't know, between 12 and 1 o'clock, you said, we're going to have your lunch. Everybody connect to Zoom, switch on the camera, and on your screen, you can see everybody else who is having his own lunch. And you are talking together. That will be exactly the same as being in a restaurant or in a lunchroom. Just it's behind the screen, but you still sharing with people and having contact with them. And you can always do live if you feel confident that you can do that, which is very good to promote your businesses. Just go on your Facebook business page or even your personal page and share your experience with others. Just give them some tips that they can use themselves. Exactly the same I'm doing those videos for you today. You can do that on live. You can have a private one-on-one with people. So I hope these little tips were going to help you to work and be productive and organized from home. And don't forget, it's just a planning game, working from home. So let's have a drink and dance on the table. Bye.